Hello friends, how are we doing? In today's video we have a very exciting one. We are going to be talking all about newest Ethereal Nature by Makeup by Mario. We've got the palette right here. We're gonna compare to Ethereal 1. Of course, we're gonna create these two eye looks that we're wearing right now, and I'll let you know my thoughts at the end. If this is your first time passing by, I am Gigi and I love to talk about new makeup releases and makeup in general. If you love that kind of content, do not forget to click down there where it says subscribe, and also come to my other socials at Gigi's Beauty for more beauty. And without further ado, let's begin. Friends, let's begin. And before we jump into the demo, let's talk about the palette. This is retailing for $110 Canadian, which I don't know, friends. I don't know, but it's gotta be point out. It is 69 US and it is 110 Canadians. I don't know why we're getting whooped with this price, because if you do the conversion, it comes around to 97 Canadians, not 110. So the price is racked up, tariffs, whatever it is. Yeah, so it's costing at $110 this palette, but here we are. This is inspired by the power of nature, seasonal renewal with 12 universal neutrals and 4 finishes to create ultimate versatile looks. It is limited edition, so that creates a lot of FOMO, and I understand, because his Ethereal 1 sold out and it came back briefly and then it never came back. So if you wanted to get this palette, I suggest just go ahead and grab it. If you're into the earthy tones, if you're into the neutral tones that we'll get to in a minute, just go ahead and do so, because you know, within the palettes we're gonna find shimmers, we're gonna find satins, we're gonna find mattes, and then metallics. So we have a good array of formulas within it that we're gonna get to swatching and we're gonna get to applying it right now. So let's jump into the demo. You guys, exciting review from Makeup by Mario. Have you seen this? Yes, Ethereal Nature palette. We got a cute signature from him, which we've never had before. It's pretty cute. Here we have his palette. Same packaging as his prior ones. His Ethereal 1 and 2 we can call. Here is a closer look at the palette. He mentions that he was inspired by, of course, nature, and also like sundown, sunset. He calls this his dream color story. So it was supposedly very hard to pick only 12 shades, but he condensed all of those shades into this palette. This is so dreamy to look at, and I'm extremely excited. Of course, we're gonna compare to swatches, at least, of his Ethereal 1. Let's put them side by side, and we can take a closer look at them. You can see that they do share a lot of similarities. Of course, they share the browns and, you know, those warm tones, those browns, those earthy tones. We can see the browns side by side, and in the nature it looks a little deeper, which is very exciting, and it looks a little bit more neutral. So yeah, we'll get to that. We'll do 2 eyeshadow looks today. I just applied concealer on my lids, and we have set my lids with just translucent powder. I'll bring you a little closer. I'm just gonna start off with Referal 1, and I am going to just try this cream shade down below here. So this is gonna be perfect just to set all over the lid. If you didn't set it with translucent powder, you can see that it has a very warm tone actually to it, but it really melts onto the lids that you can even see it. So I think this is gonna be the perfect setting down shade for both of our looks. So I use the same. This shade down here, which looks a little pinky, and it looks very neutral. It is showing up as a very beautiful and just soft transition shade. And these mattes are melting. They're truly melting onto my eyelids. with no effort whatsoever. I'm gonna jump all the way across to this one. Just curious to see what this shade is all about. And again, just working on transition at this point. This was able to deepen, actually, to deepen my crease area just a little bit. Okay, great. Now I'm going to move on to Refer's 13 brush, and I'm going to pick up this brown shade. And I'm just going to pat this out here. And you can see that it's a beautiful neutral brown. And it shows up very nicely. Just going to keep that in the outer portion of my lid. And I'm actually going to use it for my my lower lash. The deepest brown here, and I am going to just pat it close to my lash line. I'm trying to like get a true wing here, just a little bit of dimension to the outer portion, closer to the lash line, like so. Now let's get to the shimmer. So this is going to be the more neutral eye. We have to use the green, so we are going to start off with this one. Okay, it feels very, very soft. I'm going to apply it right in the center, and this one is very little shimmer. Like, it's a very fine kind of shimmer, not chunky whatsoever. It's like very similar to, again, his formulation on the Ethereal eyes. We're gonna move on to the next one down, which looks a little bit more out there, and it looks like it has some color payoff. So I'm gonna apply it at top. Okay, this one I hope you can see a little bit more, right? And we're gonna move on into the green. I'm using my finger, but we are going to use a brush in a second. I only wanted to sort of like touch them too, to be honest. And they do feel very similar to his first formulation. Now I'm going to, I have a wipe here. I like to wet my brush with a wipe. And then I'm going to go into the shade. You can see that it's building up nicely. So of course, if you want intensity from them, you can get them. You will have to just wet your shadow. Okay, this is a very beautiful, very soft green eye. A deep shade. But this time I want more. And yeah, he's super pigmented, this shade. So just to deepen the outer a little bit. And I'm like barely touching. And I'm gonna mix that with the other brown that we use. And I'm sort of like patting, not blending away too much. And then I'm gonna get the first initial brush just to blend everything. Going back, same thing, deep brown. Oof. This shade is almost not a brown, it's almost a black. It's super pigmented. Love it. Love it, because I know a big complaint on one was it's not deep enough. This is gorgeous. Okay, now we need to get the wing on because it's necessary. So I'm just gonna go into the deep brown. And Chase is barking. Ignore that big bark. Alright. Wow. Cute, cute, cute. Going back into the green with my finger. Just a top right there. Okay, perfect. I think I want with the brush a little bit more to melt all of those sparkles together. Alright, indicate brown for our waterline. We will also tie line. We'll curl our lashes. Mascara. Okay, so this is what we're looking like now. I am blending up here. Highlight our brow bone with this one. We could also use this shade here, which is stunning. It has shimmers. I don't know how good you feel about that, but the shimmers look very soft and pretty. Our inner corner, we are going to, actually we're gonna get that one. All right. I love this look. It looks so sexy, super sultry, very pretty, yet soft, you know? Green is actually one of my favorite eyeshadows to ever exist, so there you have. Alrighty, I think for our next look, we're gonna use this one because it is so easy to just use the neutrals, but we'll try to use the neutrals and then put that one right at top, just at the end, right? Yeah, let's do that. It's such a shame you're not here to say yeah or nay. All right, let's begin. So this pink shade is actually showing up on me, which I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie, because the other palette, I felt like all the pinks, they were like so soft that they weren't even showing up, but this one is. So I'm glad to see this working. And same situation, we're just working on transition. I'm just doing swipe motions right up here. I have something here that is not like I didn't blend it properly, but it's like a shadow or like a little vein. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know, but it's so weird. It's right there. So I think it's like a drug patch. Anyway, let's continue. I'm going to apply the brown, and I'm just gonna pat in the outer V and then blend over. You can see that these are blending so dreamy. In that same brown and just connecting it to the lower lash. Now let's get to our shimmers. So I'm gonna show you this one, and then I'm gonna show you this one. This one we haven't used. So this one is a little bit more gold, and I'm gonna apply it right there. Okay, this is so pretty, but super soft. Again, if you were ever to like need more intensity, just wet your shadows, wet your brush. I'm gonna go atop with the mid shade. And I think we should wet it, right? Let's wet it before we put that burgundy shade so that you can see what these look like. And this is such a pretty rose gold shade. I hope the camera is really picking that up. It's so stunning. It's so stunning, guys. Oh my god, look at that. It's so pretty. And with these shades, you really want to take your time. Like, there's no rush to have the whole intensity right away. Like, you want to take your time. You want to blend, you want to pat, you want to build up, you know, to the desired intensity. You want to really apply every single crystal where it should go. You know what I mean? Look at that. It's so stunning. I'm obsessed with it. And I'm obsessed with the transition too. It looks so good. Did you see that? Over here is looking weird. Oh, this is gonna kill me. But again, I just have a dry patch like right on the corner of my eye. Like, how annoying can that be? Now that I'm trying to showcase Mario's masterpiece. Whatever. I'm just gonna fix the front a little bit with the same shade. Oh, so cute. Okay. Same situation. Oh, actually we have not used this guy, but this is also a green, so I feel like, yeah, we're not gonna use it. This is also green and I want the burgundy. So shall we do it? Let's go ahead and apply this guy. My brush is already a little wet, just a little bit, not too much. And I'm just gonna apply it on top of that one. Let me do my finger. Look at my finger swatch. Stop. Okay. I'm gonna pat. That rose gold seems innocent, but did you see, like, she's not giving out. She's really coming through. I like it. And this one is not as pigmented as it looks like though. Hold on, let's wet our brush just to see, because I want to see that swatch that I just showed you, but on my lid. Okay, so I think it's a softer burgundy, or I don't know if it's because I already had that other very much intense rose gold on, and I'm taking it too high. I don't want it that high. So I'm going to take a blending brush and I'm going to blend right here. My eyes are so small. Like my eyelid space, we don't have too much to work with. Going back with my finger. Okay, we're smoking this in. Now we're talking. Can you tell? We need the drama, so I'll do the little wing. Same thing on this side with BK Beauty's brush. Okay, this wing got a little out of control, but that's all right. We're gonna go into the brown here. I'm just gonna blend a little the wing so it's not so harsh. And I'm going to intensify now my lower lash, since I love this shade for my brow bone. Actually, I can't believe this is so gorgeous. Like, it has so much sparkles but so minimal. Like, they're so tiny, but yet it does such a difference. I think I'm gonna apply a little bit of this one in my inner corner. mascara, because we gotta see what else is needed for this eye. Alright friends, and as you can tell, we are going clubbing. Not really, but you know, I couldn't help it. As soon as I saw this palette, I knew we had to do a green and a burgundy eye. That's all I could see when I saw the palette, because all the other shades are super neutral. Like, you know, we needed a smoky burgundy and a smoky green eye. What do we think? Which of the two is your favorite? This palette, if you couldn't tell, is gorgeous. It's so beautiful. It's super, super beautiful. Adding the pop of green and burgundy, in my opinion, just made the palette complete. Because with this one, you can't do anything else. Just a neutral eye. If you're lucky, you'll get a smoky brown, and that's all. That's all you're gonna do. That's all you're gonna get from his Ethereal palette. But like this one, you know what I mean? So I love it. I think it's a stunning palette. I am very much in love with it. I am going to continue to create looks for you. Let me know if you wanted to see a more neutral one. Let's get to swatches. When it comes to the formula, I feel like it's very, very similar to his initial palette. You know, the first one, I'm swatching not in order, and I apologize. I don't know why I did that. The beige should have gone first, but this is the first row. Actually, love, love, love. I mentioned that I love that he added those sparkles to that matte cream shadow. It's such a special shade because it's completely matte, but then you see the sparkles jumping at you, which is so pretty. We will do 1, 2, and 3. And I'll be honest, these shades are never good to swatch. Like, they're very much underwhelming to swatch, and you can see how you can build them up if you really need to do so, right? So you just have to take your time, pack it with a brush, pack it again, and that's now we're gonna do the next row, which is the more fun row. We have the first green, we have the other green, and then we have the burgundy. There you have. And the burgundy is the one that has the most payoff. You can see that all these shimmers are very sheer. The green has more payout, like it has a base to it, a little bit of a base, not too much. But I didn't need anything under it, right? It was just the green, and the green is doing all the talking on this like beige shade. Here you have, and I like the yellow undertone on that matte shade because I feel like it just adds something special, you know, to a look. These are all the shades, lightly swatch. You saw that I swatched them one time. I don't want to keep going over and over, you know, with these swatches. This is just a one swatch kind of situation. I will do a natural lighting reels tomorrow. Those are the shades in the Ethereal palette. I am going to swatch the next one beside it, but I'll do it on my own time and I'll show you. Hold on. All right, now I went ahead and swatched his Ethereal one right on this side, and I have some thoughts. So the shimmers are actually more potent on his Ethereal one. I don't know why, but you can see that, right? These are very glossy compared to these ones. I don't know. I literally realized that as I was swatching. As soon as I swatch Ethereal one, I'm like, uh-oh, there's something here. I'm a little bit bummed, I'm not gonna lie, that the shimmers aren't swatching the same, But then again, when I apply them, I'm happy, I'm content. I feel like I was able to get what I wanted from all the shades, you know, doing a little building up. That's it, friends. Those were my 2 cents on a new Ethereal Nature palette from Makeup by Mario. I would love to hear what you thought. What do you think of the eye looks that I created? What do you think of the color story? Is it too similar? Is it different? Any comments? Drop them down below. Thank you, friends, for watching. I love you all so much, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye!